Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I am with Scott. What's up, Scott?
I got a Coke and a smile.
There you go. So, yesterday, we did a cast, and we were talking about how Warner Brothers, wanted to purchase Bad Robot. And I said that watch J.J. Abrams get his hands on the DC comic book superheroes, and how awesome would that be? Like if they buy Bad Robot, he's definitely doing that. Now I said this yesterday.
I won't mention their name, but he's been this other caster I listened to. Pardon me, calls him Bad Reboot, and he says pretty much how he did the only Star Trek movie he liked was the first one, which he did.
Too. Yeah.
Otherwise,
I like Batman. I liked Star Trek Beyond. I liked that one. It was different. I did like it.
But he wasn't too thrilled on how he did a lot of his past series either. So.
Well, he's done now with Star Trek. He's not working with Paramount anymore, and they buy it. He's doing these DC movies, which good on us for calling that yesterday. So,
and with a little luck. He does a lot better job at it than he was a better. Yeah, that and because have you always noticed every time we hear a bad movie comes out, the previous director goes, it was so much better if this was left in, or if I did this, and of course the director's cut was so much better, and blah blah blah, and I'm sitting here thinking. Okay, shut the hell up. Why didn't you do that?
Exactly. Yeah. Just like the X-Men, the Dark Phoenix, they were like, I take full responsibility and blah, blah, blah. You shouldn't have made it in the first place. It was that bad.
Give me a break.
So I want to talk about Doom Patrol because I actually stayed up till 3-something in the morning.
I warned you.
I'm watching this thing, and look, here's the thing. The one before it was great, right? And then I'm watching this, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I said to Sharon, it sucked, but you know what? It didn't suck. But it didn't suck, but it was just so fucking weird. I don't think I'm ever gonna see an oversized rat owning a cockroach.
That's what I was
kind of shit is
That's what I was talking about. That is exactly what I was talking
about. What kind of shit is this? Like, first episode, I was trying to explain it to her, and the deal breaker for her to watch it was the moment I mentioned that the donkey was a transdimensional portal, and they went in his mouth and popped out his head, or whatever. Like, she's like, I'm not watching that. I don't want to see that. I'm like, no, I'm done, thank you. And it's like, so, like, the last episode, a cockroach making out with a rat. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and I'm saying to myself, listen, there is some plot holes we need to discuss because he's already immortal. He was immortal because of the woman. He was like 40 in 1913, okay? So, like, she made him immortal. Why would he need to be even more immortal than he already is? Like, this is how stupid. I honestly think they didn't know what the F to do. So they did the ending where they tried to make it that he was behind everything. No, he had no idea that there was an entity in space at that exact moment.
In the comic book, the Chief was the one that caused everybody to gain their powers.
Oh, it was?
The Chief was the one that.
But he was bad in the comic. Like they said, he's a bad person.
I don't think he was. I don't remember the reason why he did it from the comic books off the top of my head.
I mean, if they did it where like he did something to save them when they got their powers, that'd be different. But it didn't make sense that he's immortal and he wants to be immortal. And they're making her look like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, but she's got an ape.
That was they mentioned that. That's
from the comics.
She actually has her mother's features, which are they didn't show it, but she actually has her mother's features, which have something like an if not an ape,
like a cave woman type thing. Right. And she's the most powerful, whatever she is. And she defeated Mr. Nobody in seconds. Like, so it was kind of weird because on one hand, I'm like, oh, he's a great villain, but then it's like, well, like he doesn't even want to be a villain. You know, it was like weird. Like he wanted acceptance.
That's what was showing me as well.
Right? He's like he's helping them, not hurting them. So all he did was he wanted them to know the truth, and then he. But then another thing confused me, Scott, is that after they found out and he zapped them away, did they go back into the white space, but like in memory things, or they were because they weren't in the real world because right?
Yeah.
They went to different time periods, and that doesn't make any sense. Like. One was in the 70s, like Jane was in the 70s. I'm like, what? But then they all meet up at the house, but they're in the 70s, you know. And then
that little tidbit was confusing to me as well.
Like this one's in the 80s, this one's in the 2014. So in other words, they were still in the white space, not in the real world. That's the whole point, right?
That's what threw me as well.
That was just So I guess that's what that is. Because in the white space, he's the head of the domain. Now, another thing they didn't explain is why he came across him and shot the compartment when he was getting his powers. Like, why was he there?
When they had
was he going to be more powerful if it was complete? Like, what was going to happen?
Probably. Because all I know is that he was trying to find, Mr. Nobody was trying to find that Neanderthal gal who's behind the Wendigo.
Now the Wendigo. So in other words, Danny the Street took the Wendigo in there, or the Wendigo follows the girl. Is that what it is?
I think the Wendigo follows the girl.
Okay, so like she was on Danny the Street. I like their explanation, like, oh, the queer, like whatever it was like when they explained Danny the Street. I mean, I like Danny the Street. It was catchy after a while. Like they kept it. So now Danny the Street is not a street anymore; it's a brick. It says Danny the Brick.
It probably got transferred. It's
a brick,
but they're going to try to
restore it,
animate it.
So, like in other words,
because they had to bring it from that portrait.
So they're shrunk down to size. So they have to find a way to get back to regular size. Yeah. And Mr. Nobody's alive with the Beard Master in the
caught inside that white space portrait.
Right, like Gallifrey was in the painting, and right, like they didn't take that from that, unless that was in the comics. That wasn't the comics.
It was full size.
Actually, that wasn't the comics first, wasn't it? In Doom Patrol, he was caught in the painting in the '60s, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, look, after thinking about it, I give it a 6. Just pass it.
I told you. That's all I could do.
I was looking at that. I was feeling uncomfortable. I was like, just uncomfortable, and I just didn't understand how the cockroach got into the white space. Like the cockroach was in Doom Manor, like outside with the rat, right? But how did the cockroach go from Doom Manor all the way to Dana Street, all the way into the white space?
The girl, she was the one, because the girl wanted power, and he was.
So he hitched a ride on Flex or something. Is that what it was? Like when they went?
Yeah, he hitched a ride in order to, but
and they didn't even know.
Then something happened.
So he was on them then they went in there. Okay, that makes sense. And then the fact that they overrun Mr. Nobody, I was like, what? Like, but didn't they have in the credits that did Niles create the cockroach?
I'm sorry.
Did Niles create the super intelligent cockroach? Because in the beginning credits, it has them in the jar. Yeah. Like Niles has all the stuff on them. So maybe Niles, I don't know. It's just. I had a feeling they were going to do something. Cockroach.
It was going to be. Yeah.
I had a feeling like shit.
Because he's a regular member in either Doom Patrol or in DC.
The rat?
Both the rat and the cockroach
are in the comic regularly.
Yeah, because that
they're villains.
That Ezekiel or whatever. He's got a god complex.
He's in the comics, like they're villains. Okay. Jesus.
They did not make them up for the show.
So all that stuff was in the comics. That was that effed up weird. back then in the 60s.
Just
It
like
would make sense.
just like that little worm from the Shazam movie. He too is from the comic.
All right. So in other words, then that makes sense then. All right. So now they'll all probably stay in Doom Manor and take care of the girl and hate,
Because
the mentor.
In a lot of the updated comic books, I don't know if it's 52 or latter ones. I know the girl did join Doom Patrol.
But think,
and
you know what?
Robot Man is the only member.
Oh, Robot Man's the only one that stays, right? Mm-hmm. Robot Man's the only one that stays?
Yeah.
So now I have a question. How did he get to be in the wheelchair?
They never did say.
Because I thought he damaged his legs. I thought he damaged his legs when he broke his leg or when different things. She healed him though. And then he was walking around, and even in the room, talking to the normalcy, the odysseys became the normalcy, right? He was walking. So what made him go in a wheelchair?
I'd have to read Wikipedia or something like that because I never did. The only time I saw Doom Patrol is when they appeared in the new Teen Titans.
Okay.
That's the only time I saw the Doom
Patrol.
But
now our Cyborg,
I knew there was a comic book,
right.
But I don't think the Doom Patrol was. I think they had long since discontinued Doom Patrol.
They went on for a while, right? I'm not a fan of DC comics. I didn't read that stuff, but the thing is our Cyborg going to be in Teen Titans season 2 or no?
Don't know yet. They haven't said.
It's the same universe as Titans.
It's the same universe as Titans. Yeah.
So they're going to mention Doom Patrol and Titans, or we don't? Well, here's the thing: they have the season coming out, right? But are they filming Doom Patrol now, or we don't know?
I don't know.
I would like to see another season, even though I wasn't crazy about it now. But yes, I got to see it, people, finally. Ugh.
Yeah, because in the original timeline, the regular timeline, Cyborg started with the new Teen Titans comic book that came out in the 80s.
Okay.
And then when the new 52 rolled around, they implemented him into Justice League.
Gotcha. All right, so I wanted to talk about Godzilla because that's on my mind lately, the King of Monsters. Godzilla King of Monsters has in 343 million. Now, I predicted on here, and then all of a sudden all these stories followed afterwards that it was going to reach 400 million and then probably stop, or a little bit more and stop. I'm hoping it can get to 429 because then you could say, well, it only, and the thing is, it didn't, the people that are reporting this, they're making it that the movie lost 150 million. It didn't lose 150 million. It made money. It made it it covered the budget. It covered the thing. It didn't lose them money. So they shouldn't be saying it lost 150 million. They should say that, it was projected to make more than 150 more, but it's not a loss. It's a success. It's a little success, but it's not a big success.
Yeah.
Like financially wise. I mean, everybody got paid. You know what I'm saying? Like there is profit.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it made enough. It made its money back.
Plus
enough to give the
paid the marketing, paid the budget, and then got a little profit for the company, but they don't want to admit it though. Right. I mean, 343. So I mean, domestically, if we could cross a little more, it would be nice. Avengers Endgame, it's not done yet. It's not done yet, though.
No.
You can't count it out because it moved up a little bit, but it's still 11th place.
I forget if it was you or somebody else put the Avatar and it, beneath each other, and it's like.
What do you mean?
Oh, put the numbers.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. This is what we got. It's 2743.
Yeah.
It's got to be 2788. I mean, we're close, man. We're like 45 million away or something, or whatever the hell it is. I mean, or less than 45 million away. So, basically, Anyway, what else do we have to talk about? They had the release date for Supergirl, Batwoman. I think it's the 9th, right? Or it's the 8th?
Yay.
Yeah, I know. So what do you think if this week we do the Star Trek Discovery? What do you think? Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll do
I close tomorrow and Thursday. I'm off Friday. I forget. I know I don't close Saturday, but I know I go in Saturday.
Tomorrow's comic book day release, so I'll probably catch it tomorrow night because I'll be out. But I'm gonna watch. We're gonna do our show called The Rewatch. That's our new podcast show, and it's a rewatch for me and you. Discovery, but at a certain point in time, it's not going to be a rewatch for me because I didn't see the whole season of season 1. But it will be a rewatch for you, so we'll still be a rewatch.
Also, if you want, I don't know if you ever caught any of the I'm going to call them YouTube shows. There's some short snippet ones that they also did as well. So,
okay,
little one-shot things.
Yeah.
So if you want to, just look up. I forget the name of them all, but there was like 4 or 5 of them that would led up to season 2.
Oh, you're talking about the shorts that they created for that. We could do that too.
Yeah, the little shorts.
We'll do. Yeah. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do every episode of the Rewatch. This is our new podcast show. Is gonna cover the first season. We're not going to have anything else but the first season on there first. And then after we do the season finale of season 1, we will do one cast on the short, like whatever they call them things. Minisodes.
Shorts, yeah.
Minisodes, right? And then we will go into, we'll decide if we want to go into season 2 or, maybe we'll go into season 2 and then, because I want to do Good Omens also, So we'll do Star Trek Discovery, Season 1, Season 2, and that will be on the Rewatch. So if you want to see our review, check out the Rewatch tomorrow. Well, whenever. Tomorrow, the next day, we'll put one episode out at least.
We'll do something.
Yeah, we'll do something. We're also going to be doing a special everything show also on the Alien shorts because, again, I lost either I'm losing old everything shows or I'm making a mistake numerically. So now we have to redo one, which we've had to do that with the Doom Show, if you remember.
Yeah.
I just want to have my numbering accurate so when I reach the 2000th everything show, it's there. So we're going to do an older everything show and then continue because when the 1986 is the next. Well, this one's 1986, the everything show right now.
1986. The year I graduated.
Yes, 1986. So, what else do we have to say? I played the Batman game today. The Batman Tall Tale game, right?
Yeah.
I'm not. It seems to me like the whole game is mostly Bruce Wayne and not Batman.
Yeah.
Like everything that I've done from mostly it's 60% Bruce Wayne, 40% Batman so far. I've only played a couple episodes, and I'm like, so I the first thing was Batman. The last thing is Batman. I'm not into it like Guardians is. But you know what though? I'm gonna play it because that's what it is. I kept getting turned off by it and played something else. And I don't want it to be.
I don't know if this is a rumor. I don't know if they said this is a rumor or not. But somebody said that John Cena was supposed to be playing some DC character. It was supposed to be Captain America. That's right.
No, he's not. Captain America. Bullshit. That's been bullshit for a while.
I know.
Yeah, they said that last year or the year before, probably April Fool's Day or something. No, we have our Captain America. It's gonna be Falcon anyway. So. What was I going to say? What were we just talking about?
We were talking about doing special casts.
Yes. We do the alien thing, and then, that's pretty much it for that. let's see. What else do we have to say? I think it's for them to say that Men in Black is done already. I mean, that
it was okay. I really wish it could have been better. Granted, I know I rated it a full price matinee and DVD worthy, but still, it was an okay movie.
You know what it is? I think the reason why they consider it a bomb is because domestically it did $32 million and that's it. And they're like, oh, like they expect the production budget to be made in domestic numbers because they don't make the whole full thing of foreign numbers yet. With the exception of Godzilla, they already made, even though most of it came from foreign, they still have profitability. They're full of crap. You know what I'm saying? It's King of the Monsters. So,
what I would have done for another Men in Black movie,
right,
is this is going to be unique. It may sound like a double sequel.
Okay.
But I'd have taken the Eighth Doctor, have it set up to where it would have been found out that the thing that he battled, the master that he battled in the '96 movie,
right,
was in reality an augmented Khaled, which they had slipped to take back to Gallifrey. So that augmented Khaled was supposed to take over the Doctor. So if you think about it, an ultimate Trojan Doctor in order to invade Gallifrey. And then the Daleks would come to Earth due to the Master. The Movellans would come to Earth due to the Daleks. Bam, there's your story.
Interesting. So it looks like Major X, we found out that Major X was Cable's son from the future.
Yeah.
Now we found out who his mother is, which makes no sense to me, Storm. Because his son's black, like a mixture, black and white. So why would Storm hook up with Cyclops' kid? Like, isn't that weird? Like, yeah, I don't think he thought that through, really.
Yeah.
I mean, she was basically holding the kid and changing his diapers, so then she's like, no.
So does that make her a cougar in a way?
I don't even know what the hell they're doing. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, wait a year or a year and a half.
First of all, does Storm age or no?
She should.
She looks the same.
Yeah.
And she's from the future. I mean, maybe she doesn't age. But still, it's weird. I don't know. What happened? Okay. So, let's see. What else news we have here? Just want to see if there's anything else. I think that is it for now. Oh, Wonder Woman thing. The plot of Wonder Woman we figured out before we said it already.
Yeah.
It's like she's making a deal with somebody to bring Steve Trevor back, and he does. I mean, we know the plot already mostly. I don't know if it's going to be that great. Oh, I want to see. This is another thing. J.J. Abrams, I want to see who he does, like what movie he does for DC. What is he going to do? Like, is he going to do like Superman? Bad Robot?
If he does Superman, please do him right. I mean, I'm sorry.
Maybe still get Henry Cavill in there, right? Or no? Yeah. Or you reboot it.
But before we leave, here's a special PSA, folks. If you see a giant rat, a giant cockroach walking towards each other, run the other direction.
Yeah, hell freezes over. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Weirdest thing I've seen in Doom Patrol ever. All right. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye for now.